the chemical formula is C9H13N, and the other name is alpha-methylphenethylamine, which is how we get the term amphetamine. But the IUPAC name is 1-phenylpropantoamine, also known as Adderall, 135.20622 grams per mole. And it is the parent compound of methamphetamine, ecstasy, cathinone, and bupropion. It is.
Not ecstasy.
That's what it says.
It's an additive to ecstasy.
Okay. Well, and so it is a stimulant, and it's a Schedule II controlled substance under the Controlled Substances Act. So it's lawfully only taken with a prescription. Obviously not. Uses, so it's prescribed to treat ADHD, narcolepsy, and obesity, but used recreationally for enhancing athletic ability, improving cognitive awareness and function, and it's an aphrodisiac. And some side effects are like dry mouth, sweating, nausea, inability to sleep, and loss of appetite, which is why it's used for weight loss. So the history, it was first created in 1887 by a German physicist. And it was developed at a pharmaceutical company in 1933 and sold as Benzedrine and inhaler. And it was widely used during World War II and kind of just during the 30s and 40s when it really took off, because it was used for people to stay up later and to work harder and for long hours. It became really popular recreationally. But in 1965, they banned recreational use. And like I said, it was a Schedule II controlled substance, which basically means that it's highly addictive and it's like on the same level as cocaine. So pharmacology, it enters the nerve terminal and disturbs dopamine storage vesicles, leading to a release of excessive dopamine. And it increases the release of serotonin and noradrenaline also. If it's taken orally, amphetamine will kick in after 1 to 3 hours. If it's injected, it takes only like 15 minutes. And it usually lasts for 8 to 13 hours, but if you have a very alkaline diet, then it can last for like up to 34 hours. So the mechanisms, it's usually created using the Lukart method, which is like one of the first ways it was started making. And it's so common because it is a one-step process and it has 30% yield. So it's mainly used for illicit production, but it's also the most common way in general. And it targets neurotransmitters, reverses the transport of dopamine and serotonin, which ends up releasing excessive amounts of dopamine and serotonin and inhibits dopamine uptake. And the two distinguished mechanisms are slow transporter mediated pathway and rapid channel pathway.